All right, today is going to be, I guess, my first day of fishing out here, springtime. We're going to be on Bear Creek Reservoir again today, and looking at previous stocking reports for like the past 6 years. What they've got primarily in here is going to be rainbow trout and saugeye. That's all they've stocked the past 6 years or so. If you watch any of my other videos, you've seen me catch a perch out of here, and I've done well with some rainbow trout. But today we're specifically going to target some of the saugeyes, see if I can't get a little bit at my warm water fishing game here. It's going to be the warmest day of the year so far in Colorado. It's going to be in the mid-70s, and then we're in a bit of a warming pattern. It's going to get hotter and hotter for the next 2 days. So hopefully the fish are going to be on today. It's about, what do we got, 48-degree water temps on the surface. So still a little chilly for saugeye, I think, but we'll give it a go. We'll start off going slow, trolling around, and see if we can't get a couple of them in the boat. Thanks. All right, so here's what I'm going to get started with. This is just 1/4 ounce jig with a curly tail grub. I'm going to troll that behind on one side, and on my other rig, and I'm going to have this spinning glow. Water isn't super clear. It's probably about 5-foot visibility, so that spinning glow should help get a little more vibration in there. And then behind that, I'm just going to have a crawler harness with a plastic worm and a 2-hook setup. So we'll get started doing this today. All right, so today I'm going to try and stay in about 15 feet or less. See how that works for me. I'm going to put the jig for now on my inside line closest to shore since it's a little lighter, and then I'll put the bottom bouncer on the outside so we can get that deeper and see how that works out. We're just ticking bottom here right now. Put this in the rod holder for now and see. We dropped up to 8 feet, or dropped down to 8 feet, so we'll keep that there, see how that works for now. We're going about 1.2 miles an hour, 1.3. I think I got a rainbow trout on this one. Yeah, nice little rainbow. There's that guy. Oh, oh, oh. All right, well, I was going for a saugeye, but it's a nice little 13-inch rainbow, 14-inch rainbow. Get him back in the water. He was on a little Berkley number 5. Oh, that's the number 4 flicker shad and fire tiger pattern. We're going about 1.4 mile an hour. So I wasn't really targeting a rainbow trout. I just switched that jig with a grub tail on this rod and put that flicker minnow or flicker shad out there, and came back in 5 minutes. I got a bite. I was marking some trout on the screen. I think they were a little higher in the water column. So that was the first fish of the year. Can't believe it took this long to get out here and catch a fish, but that feels good. I think if I could put a saugeye in the boat, I'd feel pretty accomplished for today. We'll see I'll go maybe one more pass with this bottom mounter and the spinning glow, and maybe switch that up a little bit and see what else we can get in the boat. Well, I got another rainbow trout on, that same flicker shad. Oh, he just came off. Wasn't even marking anything on the fish finder. We're in about 17 feet of water, on about 1.4. And this guy's probably only back about 30-40 feet. So they're eating off the surface pretty well as far as the trout go. I just switched my my bottom bouncer rig. I put a flicker minnow on that one, a little longer profile than this, and it's gonna dive a little deeper than the shad is. So we'll see if that can get me down, see if the Saugeys want that more than they want the little crawler harness presentation. Now, I'm not going to give up on the Saugeys yet, so I'm going to downsize to a smaller Colorado blade in a different color. Then I pinched off a little bit on my plastic worm here, make that a little smaller profile, see if that doesn't help a little bit. So we'll do a pass with the flicker minnow, and if that doesn't get anything, we'll probably throw this back on the bottom bouncer and do a couple more runs with that. I've got something really little on this flicker minnow. Barely just tapping my line. Probably a trout though, that's how it's fighting. Maybe one. It's either stocked late last year or early this year. Looking like a trout. Oh. Should probably be netting these, but I'm not too interested in the trout anymore. That's the third one. So again, I'll show you the pattern on this guy. This is a Berkley flicker minnow. It's number 5. I think they call that pink lemonade. Just a little bit more slender than the shad is, a little bit longer, and for the size, they dive deeper with the bill that they have on there. So these are good. I'll throw a link in the description for all the lures that I'm using today. So far, the hard baits seem to be doing better than anything else, which is weird because last summer this lake was really hot with like panther martins and spinner baits like that. So these trout might just be hungry, or they'll eat a number of different lure choices, but I haven't put any spinners out yet, so I can't roll those out. But so far, they're really liking these flicker shad and flicker minnow profiles and the smaller sizes. I'm seeing marks on the bottom. That's kind of why I had that bottom bouncer out there. I was hoping that, well, I'm guessing that those are Saugeys. There's not supposed to be any carp or any bottom feeders like that in this lake. So I'll do, like I said, I'll do another pass with this flicker minnow back out there. And then I just got this one rigged back up. So I'll throw this guy back on, do a pass with that, let that rock on the bottom for a while. This lake had a big problem with, not a big problem, but they had a blue-green algae bloom about 2 years ago, and they shut the lake down as far as any water sports. You could fish, but they recommended not taking any of the fish or getting in contact with any of the fish because of that blue-green algae that was in here. And then last year, towards the end of the season, it cleaned up pretty well. There wasn't really much in here. And now, I mean, the lake looks like a brand new lake, so I haven't seen any algae or anything like that. It's still early. It's like April 15th now, or like April 14th, but the water clarity is better than it was last year, and there's no algae, so hopefully that'll help. I don't know. I'm not sure if that affects the fish and their life, or how they eat, or if it kills them off. I'm not sure. If you guys know, leave a comment in the description down below. I'd be curious to see, because I'm not marking a ton of fish today. It is a smaller lake, but obviously there's fish out here. I'm catching them. But as far as sizes of schools go, they're not very big. Maybe just 5 or 10, according to the fish finders here. But yeah, let me know if blue-green algae blooms, they'll take out a fish population or not. I know they're not healthy for humans, but I'd imagine they're not good for fish. So we'll see. This, like I said, this is only my second summer fishing this lake and maybe my 4th time. I'm just still trying to get used to it a little bit, but definitely have some hungry trout in here. So far, no luck on this pass. I put the bottom bouncer back on my outside line there. I did mark a few fish, like a school of 4 near the dam. So on my way back, I might head over there and throw a jig at them, or maybe like a Tikka minnow, and see if we get those guys to bite with that. I'd imagine that they're Saugeys, but again, my guesses haven't been very good today, so we'll see. If I don't get a bite on this pass, I'll float back over there, try and mark those guys again. Try not to catch one of those jigging for them. All right, I'm gonna switch up my location here as far as trolling goes. I tried throwing that Tikka minnow out to a few of the fish I thought I saw over here at the dam, but no luck jigging for them. I'm guessing we got another trout here. We just switched kind of general, yeah, nice little trout. General locations here of the lake. We're up on the dam front here. I worried myself I didn't catch a fish there for a while. It's probably because I took the net out, but got this one in here. That was on that purple flicker minnow. Oh, I'm sorry, pink lemonade. That pink lemonade flicker minnow, another rainbow trout. Nothing crazy, 13, 14 incher, but they're being consistent. So that was the same thing, that pink lemonade flicker minnow there. It was only in about 11 feet of water. This guy's probably down about 8 inches, or I'm sorry, 8 feet. A couple feet off the bottom, and that trout got it down there. So put that back out, try and get a couple more. Starting to lose faith on the whole Saugeye thing. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get one of those in the boat today, but we'll see. Definitely, the trout are running deeper though as the day went on. I was getting surface bites on the flicker minnow, that number 4. Probably only running 3 or 4 feet deep, and now seems to be the flicker minnow on this side is doing better. That's the flicker shad. They are liking that flicker minnow better than the flicker shad right now, and I think it's just a depth thing. The day went on and the fish are running a little deeper now, and it's easier for this one to get down that deep with the bigger bill on there. So a lot of fight for a little guy. I think that's the smallest one of the day. Oh no, it's about the same size. There's that little guy. That's probably is the smallest one. They're just T-boning that bait though, because they've got both sets of treble hooks lodged in them. So They're definitely aggressive. Or I should say hungry. And with that being said, I'll probably switch this flicker shad out for that spoon and flasher and see if they're hungry enough for that too. Well, I think that'll be all for today. Caught a handful of rainbow trout. Weren't able to get any saugeyes, unfortunately. Lost a couple bringing the trout in, but primarily it was the flicker shads and the flicker minnows. That's the only thing I was catching the rainbow trout on. Other than that, it's a good day, it's a beautiful day, great day to be out on the water. So get out there, start fishing. Springtime's already here. Summer's gonna be here sooner than you know. So if you liked the video, like and subscribe. And remember, there's gonna be some of the products I used today in the description down below with an affiliate link. Thanks for tuning in.